Human beings are not only material but also possess a soul spirit. Education today needs a broader, bolder definition to be seen in more human than material terms, to draw out the best in human nobility and to prepare socially conscious world citizens. City Montessori School, the world's largest city school in terms of number of students enrolled as per the Guinness Book of World Records, teaches universal values common to all religions and people through addressing three realities of a child, that is, material, human and divine. Through its 32 international events, students have ample opportunities to interact with their peer groups from around the globe, as well as provide guidance, leadership to parents and society at large. One such highly contextual international program is the International Interfaith Conference in promoting interfaith dialogue in multi-religious communities, organized by City Montessori School, Ashrafabad campus. Large number of international and national delegates from diverse yet interrelated fields like religious leaders, jurists, educators, research scholars, professionals, social workers and students arrived at the CMS World Unity Convention Center for this International Interfaith Conference. After the registration formalities, a press conference was organized by the CMS management, consisting of the founder-manager of City Montessori School, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, and the principal of host CMS campus and convener of this international event, Ms. Archana Pandey.
We are very honored to have amongst us eminent press people, journalists from all the media and electronic.
And may I request our guest, Dr. David Risley, and his lovely wife who is with us. Thank you very much for being here. And sir, would you like to please address the press?
It is a great privilege. It's an honor, and it's certainly a pleasure to be here as a participant in this conference. This is an important conference on an important topic. The people who have gathered are important because each one of the participants in one way or another plays a vital role in bringing about harmony not only between religions but between people. I have learned just a little bit about some of the participants already. It is very impressive, the work that they do to help people who need help, some of them very vulnerable people, to try to heal societies, to try to bring about harmony. I think of harmony much like in music. In music, we don't all play the same notes. We have different cultures, different religions, different people, different tastes, different personalities, different types of music. But one thing is common. In all of the music in all of the countries, when we play in harmony, there is beauty, and it is enjoyable, and it lifts people. How can we bring ourselves into harmony, this heavenly harmony, here on earth? It's a great topic. It's a great conference, and it's a great privilege to be part of this. Thank you very much.
I think all of you will agree and all of you will recognize that this is one of the communal, dealing with communal problems, dealing with communal issues, dealing with communal violence and ensuring that there is better understanding, better cooperation, better partnership, better engagement between all religions. This is the crying need of the hour.
Anybody who cares about the name of God should be distressed, is distressed, and deeply sad at the way that name is being slandered by people of belief all over the planet.
One of the important things that religion has contributed has always been to bring about the civilizing of the human character, or bringing about a change in the social institutions. And unfortunately, when the lamp of religion is obscured, when it is covered up with superstitions, with unintelligent dogmas, what happens is what we are left with is not the true religion, not the true essence of religion. And that is the cause for communal violence. That is the cause for persecution of people, whether it is in Iraq or in Iran.
The conference opened with a grand inauguration by the chief guest, Speaker of the Uttar Pradesh Legislative Assembly, Shri Mata Prasad Pandey.
Welcome our chief guest to the 5th International Interfaith Conference.
To understand the point of view of another faith requires tolerance, sympathy, broad-mindedness, humility, and willingness to recognize truth wherever it is to be found. A model world parliament on a very relevant topic of disunity in Gaza, its causes and the repercussions, the students of the campus.
Today, we have assembled here to discuss this issue and find a solution for it. The agenda for today, I am sure, will provide some insight into the possible solution for these destruction around us. Before we proceed with this, can we say a prayer for all those who have suffered due to these wars and conflicts? I would request you to member nation India to kindly say the prayer.
Sure. I request you all to kindly rise for the prayer. Lord God, no one is a stranger for you, and no one is ever far from your loving care. In your kindness, watch over refugees and victims of war, those separated from their loved ones, young people who are lost, and those who have left home or run away from home. Bring them back safely to the place where they long to be, and help us always to show your kindness to strangers and to all in need.
I request you all to kindly take your seats. I am sure all of you will agree that not everything is right with the education system. Schools need to impart an education which is divine and touches the heart. We need to provide a holistic education which is the need of the hour. The what of our education system as well as the how of our education system is what we will be discussing today. Member nations who wish to express their views on content of education are requested to raise their placards. Yes, Member Nation UK, you are recognized and you may take the floor.
Thank you, sir. School has to impart an education which is unique and which illumines the divinity in the child from within. Values have to be taught to the little through the scholastic and non-scholastic. Every nook and corner of the school must echo the values and the virtues that are essential for the survival of the human race. School prayer, school pledge, and different activities conducted. Events taking place should all try to create opportunities for each and every child for the maximum interaction between the different groups of people to widen the horizon of a child and try to make him a good citizen of the world. Thus, education has to become a lifelong journey of pleasure and achievement, and most importantly, of a united world.
Value education appears to be on the rise in public school systems around the world and has become the key issue for education policy makers in many countries. Would anyone like to add on to this? Yes, Member Nation India, you are recognized and you may take the floor.
Thank you, ma'am. The National Policy of Education is the policy formulated by the Government of India to promote education both in rural and urban India. Recently, one of the renowned Supreme Court judges, Justice Anila Dave, said India should revert to their ancient tradition to solve their modern problem. Further, he said our tradition, such as Guru Shishya Parampara, is lost. If it had been there, we would not have problems like violence, terrorism, and conflicts around the world. So, school curriculum needs to be revised and recreated.
Yes, Member Nation Nepal, do you want to say something?
Yes, I agree with my friend from India, but while creating the curriculum, it is important to ensure that concerned people are involved in the process of creating curriculum. All the stakeholders should be invited for preparing a draft curriculum so that all important aspects are covered.
Thank you, sir, for this valuable point. Curriculum that focuses on academic as well as value education with a global outlook is what we need. Because we need to educate and train young children, not just for becoming professionals, but also human beings who have all those qualities that God's best creation should possess.
O Lord, let thy loved ones, whether young or old, whether male or female, each according to his capabilities, restore themselves and spare no efforts to acquire various branches of knowledge, both spiritual and secular. O Lord, help us and guide us in our endeavor to become good and spiritual human beings.
The convener of the conference, Ms. Archana Pandey, welcoming all her eminent guests, said,
Interfaith dialogue, why? This might be a question in everybody's mind. And religious conflicts, such a huge issue, and we must be wondering, what will a dialogue do? How can a dialogue help in this case? If dialogues were so effective, there wouldn't have been family breakups. Husband and wives would have had a dialogue and sorted out their problems. If dialogues were very effective, there would not have been killings in the families on the matter of property and the honor killings. So can dialogue be this effective that we can handle issues like communal conflicts? Well, but then when we go and play cricket, we don't win every time. Have we stopped playing cricket? No. So through interfaith dialogue, if we are trying to understand each other, come together on the dialogue table to know each other better, respect each other with our differences, why not? Why not make an attempt? It may take little longer, but at least from somewhere, some efforts will start. And then, like Miss Savita from Brahma Kumaris, she was saying yesterday, that I radiate all the positive energy. Each one of us, we radiate the energy. So if we radiate negative energies, there would be negative energy around us. So if each one of us come up with some positive attitude on the interfaith dialogue table, and such collective energy, the synergy will definitely have some kind of impact on the minds, hearts and souls of everyone. Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, respected founder manager of CMS, to kindly introduce and welcome our chief guest and say a few lines on the objectives of this conference. Let us please put our hands together to welcome on stage Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, the founder manager of City Montessori School.
प्रिय मित्रों, हमारे मुख्य अतिथि परम आदरणीय श्री माता प्रसाद पांडे जी स्पीकर उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा का स्वागत करते हुए हमें असीम प्रसन्नता की अनुभूति हो रही है। आदरणीय पांडे जी शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में अनमोल योगदान उनका रहा है, इसलिए उनके योगदान के बारे में मैं एक दो चीजें बताना चाहूंगा। आप 2 इंटर कॉलेजों के प्रबंधक हैं। इसके पूर्व गोविंद वल्लभ पंत कृषि विश्वविद्यालय यूनिवर्सिटी के, एग्रीकल्चरल यूनिवर्सिटी के और पंतनगर नरेंद्र आचार्य देव कृषि औद्योगिक इंडस्ट्रियल विश्वविद्यालय यूनिवर्सिटी के और फैजाबाद तथा संपूर्ण विश्वविद्यालय यूनिवर्सिटी वाराणसी के गवर्निंग बॉडी के सदस्य रह चुके हैं। आदरणीय पांडे जी ने अपने सार्वजनिक जीवन में समाज के गरीब और पीड़ित वर्गों का मुख्य ध्यान रखा है। उनके हित में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कार्य संपादित किए हैं। उन्होंने कृषकों, भूमिहीनों और ग्रामीण जनता की विशेष रूप से सहायता की है। कॉमनवेल्थ पार्लियामेंट्री एसोसिएशन के यूपी चैप्टर के तत्वावधान में माननीय पांडे जी ने 21 विधानसभा सदस्यों के दल के नेतृत्व करते हुए रूस, स्पेन, डेनमार्क, फ्रांस, इंग्लैंड आदि देशों के संवैधानिक और संसदीय परंपराओं का अध्ययन करने के लिए दौरा किया है। उन्होंने कॉमनवेल्थ पार्लियामेंट्री एसोसिएशन के कनाडा में आयोजित 50वें सम्मेलन में भाग लिया। उन्होंने थाईलैंड, जापान, अमेरिका आदि अनेक देशों का दौरा किया है। हमें आपके आगमन पर हम अनुग्रहित हैं और इस 14वीं इस सम्मेलन में जो हमारा 6ठा अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन है, धार्मिक सम्मेलन है, धार्मिक सद्भावना सम्मेलन, इसमें मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में पधारने के लिए हम उनका हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करते हैं। We have to come closer to each other. There is a lot of tensions among the religious people and they are all unfounded. There is no need absolutely for all these religious strifes and distances. They are all man-made, and when my time will come, I will speak about it. My time is fixed up, and so I will speak then. I just say we have to come closer to each other. We have to understand each other, love each other. We are a member of a family. This family is the creation of one God. God has created this family of globe. The entire globe belongs to God. He is our Father in heaven, and we are all children of God. We, the people who are living in this world, they are all children of one God. We are brothers and sisters, and all the religions say the same thing. All the religions say the same thing, that the basic purpose of all the religion is to safeguard the interest and promote the unity of the human race and to foster the spirit of love and fellowship amongst men. So there is no need to differentiate from one religion to another, because the basic purpose of all the religion is to unite the people and to come closer to each other. This is the basic purpose. So all these differences that we have amongst us are based on our ignorance about the religion, the ignorance about the purpose of God. If we remove this ignorance, then I think we will come closer to each other. So this conference has been organized by Archana Pandey. I congratulate her and her staff for doing meticulous work in organizing this conference for the past 6 years, continuously every year. And she is really working very hard. I congratulate her. And she is trying to bring the people of different religions together to develop the bonds of friendship, love and understanding. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. And you know where it comes from, all the motivation and guidance.
Light is a symbol of knowledge and wisdom, which in turn is the only hope for humanity. The lamp lighting ceremony.
For peace and harmony, may the Lord keep this light always burning forever and ever. May this light spread far all over the world for peace and harmony.
CMS, through All Religions Prayer, World Peace Prayer, Prayer Dance, and Divine Education Conferences, has been sensitizing students towards a profound wisdom of God is one, religion is one, and mankind is one. Here is the unveiling ceremony of the Interfaith logo.
I hereby declare the 5th International Interfaith Conference open.
We request our founder manager, respected Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, to kindly present the memento to our honorable chief guest. Thank you very much, sir. And the conference folder as well, sir.
Here is a glimpse of a small educational cultural program, the Prayer Dance.
ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, हम जंग न 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 होने देंगे। विश्व शांति के हम साधक हैं, जंग न होने देंगे। विश्व शांति के हम साधक हैं, जंग न होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, हम जंग न 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 होने देंगे। हमें चाहिए शांति, जिंदगी हमको प्यारी। हमें चाहिए शांति, सृजन की है तैयारी, सृजन की है तैयारी।
हमने छेड़ी जंग भूख से बीमारी से,
हमने छेड़ी जंग भूख से बीमारी से। आगे आकर हाथ बटाए दुनिया सारी, आगे आकर हाथ बटाए दुनिया सारी। हरी भरी धरती को खूनी रंग न लेने देंगे, हरी भरी धरती को खूनी रंग न लेने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, हम जंग न 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 होने देंगे। विश्व शांति के हम साधक हैं, जंग न होने देंगे। विश्व शांति के हम साधक हैं, जंग न होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे।
हम जंग न होने देंगे।
are the excerpts from the first address by the eminent speaker, Honorable Justice Dr. Adil Omar Sharif, Deputy Chief Justice, Supreme Constitutional Court of Egypt and Chief Advisor, International Interfaith Conference Advisory Committee from Egypt.
City Montessori School not only imparts education of subjects, but takes care of the human and divine aspects of one's existence, and their education is not confined to the student, but parents and even members of the judiciary who have been the proud recipient of many of the message that this school wishes to convey to the larger community for creating a better world. I would request the delegates that have come from different parts of India and abroad to please disseminate the model of CMS in your own communities and the schools that are within your reach. So through school, through education of children, parents, teachers, and all the other stakeholders, we are able to let the line of unity shine bright. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to close my address with a beautiful quote by Albert Einstein, who one day said, "True religion is real, living with all one's soul, with all one's goodness and righteousness." End of quote. Let us together spread this education of religion. Once again, I thank the founder of City Montessori School for giving us all this great opportunity to speak, listen, interact, and reflect upon the issues that need everyone's attention. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Excerpts from an interactive session with the audience, the opinion poll.
We want to know what group thinks like. So within the group, when you are 5 or 6 sitting together, when you see a question displayed here, you get 30 seconds to discuss amongst yourself, your view, and then there would be options 1, 2, A, B, C. So it says religion is, according to the group or the person, static in nature, progressive in nature, not sure. B gets 81.82%, which is practicing virtues in day-to-day life. And option C, being God-fearing, gets 12.12.
Chief guest, Honorable Mr. Mata Prasad Pandey said,
ये धर्म संसद का आयोजन माननीय गांधी जी पिछले कई वर्षों से कर रहे हैं। इसके माध्यम से हमें जो विभिन्न धर्मों के बीच समन्वय और सद्भावना की प्रेरणा मिलती है, उससे हमको आगे बढ़ने का भी अवसर मिलता है। धर्म मनुष्य को अच्छाई के लिए प्रेरित करती है, अच्छा करने के लिए प्रेरित करती है, राजनीति बुराई से लड़ने के लिए प्रेरित करती है। धर्म मानव जीवन के उत्थान के लिए उसके आंतरिक प्रेरणा का स्रोत है, और अगर इसको अलग कर दिया जाए तो मानव जीवन में बहुत बड़ी कमी आ जाएगी। सभी धर्म मानव जीवन के उत्थान की, उसके जीवन की शुद्धि की प्रेरणा देते हैं, संदेश देते हैं। आपस में सभी धर्मों का एक ही लक्ष्य है, ईश्वर तक पहुंचना, गॉड तक पहुंचना, अल्लाह तक पहुंचना। और ये प्रेरणा धर्म के उन माध्यमों से है, उनके अपने नियमों से है। नियम अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, मान्यताएं अलग अलग हो सकती हैं, लेकिन लक्ष्य सबका एक है और वो है मानव उत्थान और आपस में सद्भावनापूर्ण ढंग से रहकर ईश्वर तक पहुंचना। यही सबका लक्ष्य। हमें आपस में धर्म सद्भाव सिखाता है और उस सद्भाव की भावना को लेकर समाज को हम आगे ले जा सकते हैं, लेकिन कहीं कहीं विकृतियां भी पैदा हुई हैं। मैं समझता हूं माननीय गांधी जी के इस सम्मेलन से वो सद्भाव पुनः पैदा होगा कि हम सभी धर्मों के प्रति समादर भाव रखकर समाज को आगे ले चलने की प्रेरणा यह सम्मेलन प्रदान करे। इन शब्दों के साथ मैं फिर आए हुए सभी अतिथियों का जो विभिन्न देशों से आए हैं उनका हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं और अपने असेंबली के तरफ से, उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता के तरफ से, अपने तरफ से जो यहाँ हमारे धर्मगुरु हैं उनका भी मैं हार्दिक अभिनंदन और स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि इस सम्मेलन से एक संदेश जाएगा सद्भाव का, क्योंकि आज हमारे समाज में जहां धर्म अच्छाई सिखाता है वहीं बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं जो उसके रास्ते को मानते हुए भी आपस में सद्भाव समाप्त करने की कोशिश करते हैं। हमें यह सम्मेलन उसी सद्भाव के रास्ते पर सभी धर्मों के प्रति आदर के भाव पैदा करने के लिए संदेश देगा, प्रेरित करेगा। मैं आभारी हूं जगदीश गांधी जी का कि आपने हमें बुलाया। यद्यपि मैं सबकी बात सुनना चाहता था, लेकिन हमारी व्यस्तताएं हैं, मैं नहीं यहां उपस्थित रह पाता हूं, लेकिन जो ये लिखवाते हैं तो उस लेख के माध्यम से जो हमें किताबें देते हैं हम सबके भावों को पढ़कर समझ जाते हैं। मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, आभार प्रकट करता हूं। फिर एक बार मैं सभी लोगों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, स्वागत, अपने तरफ से वेलकम, असेंबली की तरफ से, उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता की तरफ से सबका मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
President and Chief Operating Officer, City Montessori School, Professor Geeta Gandhi Kington, thanked the chief guest.
He addressed the guests from all the countries and the respected religious leaders and the followers of the different religions present here. He said that via this conference, organized by Dr. Gandhi, we get the inspiration for religious unity, which causes us to advance and to progress. He said that politics inspires us to fight against the ills of society, and religion helps us to work for the upliftment and purification of the life of man and that of mankind. The rules of all the religions could be different. The beliefs of all religions could also be different, but the goal of all the religions, he said, is one and the same, which is sadbhavana, which, if translated into English, it has connotations of 2 or 3 different things. It has connotations of goodwill towards all people. It has connotations of communal harmony. This is what religion, the goal of all the religions is, despite their diversity, apparent diversity of their approaches and the apparent diversity of their beliefs and their rules.
There is a spiritual world around us of which we should be aware. The true value of spirituality is that it points to the fact that there is something and someone beyond this physical world to which we need to connect. Interactive session with the religious leaders.
Father Thomas, if you will answer this question, do you feel you would like to answer this question as to whether religion is progressive in nature? That's what, now one doesn't know very well whether this particular question was answered with reality.
We know in our life, people have a different type of nature, but we should have a correct way about the religion. The religion, the word is misinterpreting this world because of many kinds of problems. But we have to give some particular ideology in our mind. So what I think religion is a progressive in nature. Thank you.
Would you like to respond to that?
It's one of the cardinal principles of the Baha'i faith, which emphasizes the three onenesses: the oneness of God, the oneness of human beings, and the oneness of religion. In order to understand this concept, it is important to realize that the Baha'i faith believes that the foundation of all religions is one, and it believes in the progressive nature of religion. That in order for religion to be relevant to the life of people, at individual level, at the level of institutions, communities, at the level of society, it is important for religion to have that progressive nature. Therefore, as Baha'is, we understand and we believe that, as in the words of Baha'u'llah, he says, this is the changeless fate of God, eternal in the past, eternal in the future. So as Baha'is, we postulate, we accept, we practice this principle that there is no finality in religion and there is no exclusivity in religion.
About the Buddhism, that is the code. Code means law. So you have to follow in the system as a code, what we called in the Tibetic and the Pali language, that is the Vinaya. So for the lay persons, like the men and women, they have to follow the 5 precepts, Panchashil. When you are going to ordain, like a monk or a Shramanair for temporarily, then you have to follow the 10 precepts. What we are the monk, here you have seen as a group, so they have to follow 227 codes. And for the women, there is 311 code means the विनय. तो ये विनय के अनुसार हम लोगों को काम करना होता है. और जैसा अभी गांधी जी ने भी दिखाया अपने पोस्टर में बहुत अच्छी तरह से, तो उसमें अगर कोई व्यक्ति किसी नियम के अनुसार बंधा हुआ है तो ऐसा मान के चलें हम लोग कि बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोग्रेसिव होगा. और ये जो आपने उत्तर दिया 85% आई थिंक जो डिस्टिंक्शन दी जाती है, तो शायद इसीलिए 85% आप सभी पूरे इस हॉल में उत्तर आया.
जी, मुझे लगता है कि 85 कम है, इसको 100% बोलना चाहिए. क्योंकि जो भी धर्म है, जैसे हमारा भी एक फेस्टिवल भी था रक्षाबंधन, उससे दिखे शब्दों में दिखेगा, रक्षा को जब हम बंधन से जोड़ते हैं, जब हम अपने कर्तव्य के प्रति बहुत सजग हो जाते हैं और प्लस अगर हमें उसके साथ बंधन जुड़ जाता है, तो हो सकता है ये एक नेगेटिव वे लेते हो बंधन से जुड़ने का कि ये प्रोग्रेस नहीं कर सकता है, परंतु जब तक हम बंधन से नहीं जुड़ेंगे अपने कर्तव्य के प्रति उतने प्रगाढ़ता के तरीके से हम कार्य नहीं कर सकते हैं. इसलिए इसको 100% कहना चाहिए, 85% नहीं. जी,
जो भी ये क्वेश्चन आंसर हुए हैं, पहले तो हम अपने धर्म के प्रति समर्पित हों. जो रक्षा का ये नियम है, हम सब की रक्षा करने वाला एक परमात्मा है, खुदा है. राखा एक हमारा स्वामी, सगल कटा का अंतर्जामी. जब हमारा वो परमात्मा राखा है, वो रक्षा करता है, तो हम भी किसी की रक्षा करने के लिए तैयार हों. जो हमारे समाज में हो रही हैं कुरीतियां, हम अपने आप एक ऐसी मिसाल पेश करें. अगर हम सब एक दूसरे को अपने बहन भाई माता पिता का सम्मान दें, जो समाज में कुरीतियां हो रही हैं, अगर हम अपने काम में जिम्मेदार हैं, अपने इस मनुष्य देह के प्रति जिम्मेदार हैं, तो ऐसी कुरीतियां कभी हमारे सामने नहीं आएंगी. केवल बंधन बांधने से या रक्षा ये राखी बांधने से हमारा देश नहीं सुधरेगा. हम अपने आप पे पूरे एक जिम्मेदारी से काम करें, तब हमारी ये रक्षा बंधन, ये धार्मिक त्योहार जो हैं वो सफल हो सकते हैं. इसीलिए जो भी समाज में हम कुरीतियां कर रहे हैं, इनसे हम तौबा करें और अपने धर्म के प्रति, किसी भी धर्म के साथ हम संबंध रखते हैं, जिम्मेदारी से निभाएं, तो हमारा सारा जीवन ये सुधर सकता है.
Yes, I fully agree that religion is progressive in nature, and as a religion is primarily for the betterment of society, a religion inculcates human values in oneself. It teaches us how to live our life. It teaches us how to respect one parent, teachers, and above all religion teaches one thing in common, and that is that we all must respect each and every other religion. The basic message in this regard, as far as Islam is concerned, Islam has very clearly said that all mankind is one divine family. Therefore, I fully agree that yes, religion is progressive in nature.
If we do believe that religion is progressive, then how is it that we are not willing to accept change? There are many things in religion which, according to tradition and religious belief, are not really very conducive to creating harmony and goodwill. And yet we say, ये तो परंपरा है, ये तो हमारी धार्मिक शिक्षा है, and we do not welcome change. This is just a thought I want to leave behind. So that
I think that the very nature of progression takes into its own realm the very concept that Mrs. Sorabji was mentioning. You see, one of the things to remember is that the foundation of religion is one. But religion is not only talking to us about the spiritual teachings. Religion also gives us social teachings, administrative laws and principles. Those laws, those social principles, have to be relevant to the need of the time, to the requirements of the age in which the prophet of God appears. And that is why we say that religion is progressive. But at the same time, because it is from the same divine source, it is the same changeless spiritual principles that are being reconveyed to humanity, re-emphasized to humanity. As human beings, we are part of that covenant that accepts that there is continuity in divine revelation, that there is progression in divine revelation, only because we understand that the purpose of God in sending prophets to human beings is to help us to understand His will and to move towards advancing the civilization, to build a material and spiritually prosperous civilization. So they don't contradict, they complement each other actually.
सृष्टि की रचना परम शक्ति से स्वचालित, किसी देवी देवता और भगवान ने नहीं बनाया. अगर ऐसा होता तो मेरा निवेदन है कि झगड़े मार काट तमाम आतंकवाद और तमाम परेशानियां आ रही, फिर भगवानों की एक संसद बैठा दी जाती कि यहाँ आके बैठते, वो एक राय सलाह बनाते. हमारे धर्मगुरु थोड़ो करते. इसलिए सब धार्मिक मत हैं, विभिन्न मतों से हम उस परम शक्ति तक और उस जो नेचुरल धर्म है वहां तक पहुंचते हैं. धन्यवाद.
Interfaith contacts, cooperation and interactions, short dialogues are of great importance as it makes a major contribution in helping to create an integrated and cohesive community at ease with diversity and secure in a sense of common purpose. The first plenary session of the International Interfaith Conference was chaired by Ms. Nazneen Rohani, Secretary General, National Spiritual Assembly of Baha'is of India from New Delhi. The speakers include Mr. R.K. Mittal, retired IAS officer and founder of Kabir Peace Mission, who spoke on religion, common man's perspective.
As one understands religion, spirituality, God, Christians sees I was so fascinated and I saw many young boys and girls putting penetrating questions about God, religion, and I think that's a good sign. Blind acceptance of God or religion is not at all progressive, or is a larger interest. We have all the answers provided our queries are genuine and we are willing to accept the right answers.
Why do we not allow sometimes our children to marry partners of different religions? I think Ishita will have something to share on that.
In today's globalized world, it has become very simple to meet people from all kinds of cultural background and sometimes to fall in love. Internations highlight common issues and different strategies to make intercultural relationship or international marriage work. We have so many examples of immensely successful interreligion marriages to see how a mutual understanding is developed. A genuine effort is made towards giving due respect to each other's religion. In fact, it could be a lot of effortlessness than one could imagine. So, even if a unity of faith is not possible, a unity of love is. Thank you.
I thought one extremely interesting point that Ishita raised was how sometimes differences that occur in marriages with different religions could have to do with cultural influences, like whether the person is vegetarian or not. So it's not entirely always just the fact that when you marry someone from a different religion, it doesn't work out. In my own family, I have 2 sisters, neither of whom has married a Baha'i, and by the grace of God, the marriages are wonderful. And I think like with everything else, where there is compassion, where there is understanding, where there is true love, it trumps everything. Thank you, Ishita.
I think to promote interfaith discourse in multi-religious communities, the development of the intercultural competencies is very much needed. And this development could be achieved through intercultural competence. And as I am a teacher, educator in West Bengal, and in this discipline I am serving last 22 years, I think there is a vital role of the teachers as well as the students to maintain the peace and harmony and to communicate or to tolerate the people of other culture or other religion.
Our last speaker is Deepa Avasti, and Deepa will be talking to us, rather will be sharing highlights on what is the role of education in promoting interfaith dialogue.
In 21st century, we are living in a global village where each of us is connected to other by latest technology and advanced means of communication. In this global village, people from different religion, caste and faith are dwelling together with their own religious values, traditions, cultures, etc. Religious plurality is common nowadays in every society. Religious conflicts are not new to Indian society also. Our country has more diverse social structure as compared to any other country in this world. Our society is not only divided on the basis of religion, but also on the basis of caste, subcaste, regionalism and language also. Although we are united by the word Indian and faith in unity lies in our blood, we believe in concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Sarv Dharm Sambhav, but at the same time we find several shameful events of religious conflicts in almost all of the parts of country. It is very difficult, and it is important to mention here that all Indian citizens, whether belonging to any religion, should live together with harmony and brotherhood, cooperating each other with mutual respect and trust. There are some important reasons to mention here which are responsible for growing tension among different religions and faith, such as lack of education, lack of understanding, lack of mutual respect, lack of tolerance, lack of trust, lack of communication, economic disparities and prejudice.
Second plenary session was chaired by Mr. David Risley from United States Department of Justice, attaché based in Cairo, Egypt.
Our first presenter is the vacant chair to our right, and this is Mr. Anthony Watson. He wanted to be here. He hoped to be here. He planned to be here. He tried to be here. But alas, he is not here. So he sent his presentation by way of video, and so we will begin by listening to that.
The general abstract of the panel will be the guiding principle of comparative theology is exploring and enriching one's own theology and practice through the close study of another theological tradition. Now, this invariably leads to a degree of solidarity between traditions. In the same vein, interreligious engagement similarly seeks to create solidarity through joint action, such as actions for peace and social justice, or for the environment.
Ambassador Michel D. Salaberry, former Ambassador of Canada, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, spoke on faith, a practice rather than a belief.
In a relatively recent publication here in India by Amartya Sen, The Argumentative Indian. There's a delightful book, which I'm only a third of a way through. Sen has this delightful story about his grandfather, who was a great scholar of Hindu texts and customs. And he tells about going to his grandfather when he was a teenager to tell his grandfather that he wasn't interested in belief. And his grandfather told him, well, don't worry, that's okay. You're too young to believe. You will find your way as you grow older. And 20 years or so later, he went back to his grandfather and said, Grandfather, I don't believe. And his grandfather said, don't worry. You belong to the atheistic branch of Hinduism. I think that's absolutely beautiful. So, belief and practice, which I equate with knowledge and life. Belief is knowledge. Belief is how we understand, how we formulate where we are coming from. It can provide a code of behavior. It provides a code of restrictions on what we shouldn't do and obligations. Belief is fixed. Belief concludes a discussion against another position. Belief separates you. Belief depends on its opposites. And in this sense, belief is the real enemy of religion.
Ms. Manavita Singamesetti, PhD candidate, Political Philosophy, Department of Philosophy, spoke on irrecognizable conflict and interreligious dialogue towards building a modern resolution.
Gandhi advises that one must dissolve rather than resolve conflicts. Gandhi's approach involves dissolving antagonism with love such that the dialogic process, in its commitment to reach truth, deepens love until the antagonism causing the conflict disappears and only differences remain. In this way, Gandhi's system attempts to carve out a way in which diverse groups within society may coexist without nurturing hostility based on those differences. Indeed, as political philosopher Michael Sandel notes, and I quote, "What matters politically is not so much that you agree with a particular religious community on an issue, but that you speak a language that makes it clear that you are paying attention, respecting and engaging with the moral and spiritual yearnings and energy and aspiration so central to their faith. As a way of concluding, I would like to highlight that moving away from a mainstream liberal approach to and those principles of equality, liberty, and respect may prove fruitful in reimagining political values in useful ways. In order to maintain a healthy deliberative ethos in a diverse society regarding these political values, one may adopt Gandhi's moral approach that combines the principles of ahimsa and satya. The Gandhian approach seems especially strong in its ability to respond to irreconcilable conflict. As opposed to the Rawlsian approach that is largely based on the Kantian notion of a universalizability of moral principles, I suggest Gandhi's approach that provides us with a philosophical framework and a new set of moral and political parameters with which a genuine resolution of conflicts can become more than just a theoretical possibility. Thank you.
Yes, and we have one of the students who has one question. Yours will be the one question. You represent the whole audience. Wonderful.
Do people are ready to believe in one God?
We don't know who God is. It's beyond the capacity of human beings to imagine what God is. So, I don't know in what I believe, but I do believe in one God.
Religion is one. God is one. Now, the difference between God is one and one God, they're like two different sides of a single coin. Is the world ready for that? I suppose the world needs it too much not to be. And in times of crisis, people tend to believe.
The day ended with a small cultural program presented by the students of the host CMS Ashrafabad campus. Interfaith contacts, cooperation and interactions, short dialogues are of great importance as it makes a major contribution in helping to create an integrated and cohesive community at ease with diversity and secure in a sense of common purpose.
Religion is, for you, like how you look at religion, it is a way of life, it is life, or it is a path that leads to God. Press the correct option A, B or C and then press the enter button. So in the group, please discuss with your friends, then enter the answer. It has to be an interfaith activity, intergroup activity. We give you 30 seconds. %, of our friends, they say it is a way of life. 34% friends say it is path that leads to God. Thank you for that opinion. We move on to the next question. There should be freedom to choose one's religion. Yes, no, or maybe. my God. 85% people say yes, there should be freedom to choose one's religion.
All the religions really talk about the same thing. They talk about love, they talk about kindness, compassion, generosity. So is it also, meaning of course this is taking rather charitable view of why people do not change their religion. It is that they feel that all religions are the same, and that is why they don't, because all religions preach the same essential values. But I'll leave that question and invite our other panelist, Ms. Zena Sorabji, to respond to this result that we got.
I'm very glad that the question was should and not is, because it is true that we like to think that there should be freedom, but in fact there isn't. I know Gita has mentioned about the Declaration of Human Rights, and that it is the human right of an individual to choose for himself or herself what religious path they wish to follow. The Constitution of India also emphasizes on this fact. But it is true that there are people who would like to change and enter another religious fold. But there is fear of social ostracism. There's a fear that people will think that there's something wrong in their head, and why do they want to change? So there is fear. And also I find that recently in the press you hear of these mass reconversions. Someone who has converted to another religion is brought to a mass meeting, and then there is reconversion taking place, or I don't know, maybe it's called some particular name in Hindi, but the fact is that there are these mass reconversions, and people are brought out of fear maybe, or genuine desire to reconvert, one doesn't know, but these are things that are taking place, and therefore there is basically a fear that yes, I would like to, but I'm afraid it's not possible. It requires a very brave and courageous person to say that, well, this is my conscience. It tells me that I must follow this particular path, and so I will follow it.
Somebody says, what religion do you follow? I say, I am a Hindu. Other will say, I am a Muslim. The other will say, I am a Christian. Then, do you know Bhagavad Gita? I don't know. Have you heard everything? Have you learned something from Quran Sharif? Or it's too difficult? And I am a Muslim, I am a Christian, I am a this, I am that. But, you should know before you say that I am a Hindu. And when you are a Hindu, you go to the text, original text, the holy book of Hindu religion, and then you find out, are you able to understand it? Do you want to bring it in your behavior? I think this is something, it makes very relevant these days. So I think it's a very good, answer. 85% say yes, we should find our religion. That's true. And I'm very happy about it. Thank you very much.
My spontaneous preference was to say that religion is life, because I think religion is the contrary of death. It is the affirmation of life.
I think that here there's a big confusion between ought and is. I think people have answered this question when 84% of the respondents have said that my religion gives equal importance to both men and women. I think it is what we wish our religion to give rather than what our religion actually gives. Because there are instances in many of the religions, major religions of India, where there is a hint of lack of equality of men and women. So I think that this is more a reflection of our wishes and what we would like our religion to say rather than what it actually does say. And I think it highlights the importance of moving with the times. Having religion give social teachings that are appropriate for the age in which we live.
We always say in our school, what do we say in prayer? How to know God? I don't know. But we always say the purpose of life is to know God. How to know God? They say, my eyes can see, but cannot see Him. My ears hear, but cannot hear Him. My mind comprehends, but cannot comprehend Him. So He is unknowable, unthinkable, in Gita also, and unimaginable. So that who is like that abstract being, we have to know that abstract being.
Through this presentation of a memento, a small gift and a shawl to serve for his contribution since last year and this year to this cause. We value our association with you, sir, and we look forward to working together in future as well.
There can be no progress and advancement if there is internecine warfare between the different religions. Peace is shattered and lives are shattered. So religion, or rather harmony between religions, is such a fundamental thing for students to learn. And if we really believe in what we often quote from Mahatma Gandhi, who said that if we want to wage a real war against war, we shall have to begin with the children. Of course, there can be legislative solutions to interfaith disharmony. There can be legal solutions. There can be police reform-related solutions to these problems. But these are not, I would submit, enduring solutions to these problems. The most enduring solution to the problem of interfaith disharmony is to change minds and hearts. And for that, one has to begin young, children with children.
Of freedom of religion. I will maintain that from a religious perspective, religious freedom is essential to religious harmony. And that from a secular perspective, religious freedom is essential to social and political stability. I will first address the religious foundation for religious freedom, but everything I say from a religious perspective is equally true from a secular perspective, as I think you'll see. First, capacity to choose is an essential characteristic of intelligent existence. God created men and women as intelligent beings with the capacity to choose. And it is self-evident that in creating us with the capacity to choose, God also endowed us with the freedom to choose. In nothing is our freedom to choose more fundamental to our existence than in matters of belief or disbelief about religion. Therefore, to attempt to destroy the freedom of men and women to choose in matters of religion is to attempt to destroy the work of God, which is rebellion against God, certainly not service to God.
Whenever we look at somebody, whenever look at that person with the physical costume, with that physical appearance, the dress he is wearing, the religion he is following, when we look at that physical appearance, then naturally a division comes. So what is the solution then? Majority of the wars that are taking place in the world, they are mainly taking place in the name of religion. For example, when the attack on the WTC in 2001, September 11th, you may all know why that attack took place on WTC. It was in the name of religion. Really, that incident I remember in between, and I think what would have happened to the people who lived in that building. Some religious people, they wanted to sustain their religion and they want to have their own religion in the world. That's why they did it, and they want to destroy other religions. So when I say that you belong to that religion, I can't accept your religion, so I hate it. So I hate you. Fundamentally, we have to remember one thing, that we are the children of one God. That is our self-respect.
The term atheism is ambiguous in itself. It really requires a modifier, as in strong atheist, the most common being that of a strong atheist. A common belief among conservative believers is that a person chooses to be an atheist for only one reason: if they were to believe in a God and would need to follow that God's moral code as it has been revealed to humanity. Almost all atheists that we come across assert that they have been forced to become atheists on purely logical grounds. They see no evidence for such beings, and they see many indicators that such beings do not exist. To be true to themselves, they cannot accept the existence of God, just as the average believer cannot accept the existence of countless other gods and goddesses of antiquity.
This conference is going to provide a new direction to all of us. How we can go from division of humanity to world unity. How we can go from darkness to light. So, and our role will be a special role in the making this humanity and this planet a very peaceful planet. So, present age is which is known as age of globalization, and also it is age of conflicts, violence and terrorism. And the people who are involved in these activities, they are creating the division of humanity. And if we go, there are four main crises in the global in 21st century. One is crisis of humanity, which involves people, population, poverty and peace.
My speech with this thing, with this statement, the students were asking, what do we need religion? So my dear friends, we do not need religion if we are getting quality education. If we have quality education, we have the right path to find spiritualism. We had the right path to fight with the vices of society prevailing in the present modern society, terrorism, like corruption, like injustice. And these all problems can be solved only if we are providing good education to students. And if you are being a teacher, if you are providing quality education and you are well known about the real meaning of education, you know about the real meaning of life, real meaning of religion, real meaning of spiritualism, and you can lead your children toward the spirituality, to the oneness of humanity, to the oneness of God.